Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Carolinas Virtual Barbershop Festival. We've got a bunch of you on the line already. So glad you could make it to what it hopes to be a very unique event to celebrate some of the things that have gone on great here with the Carolinas District and also showcase some of the talents of some of our members. Speaking of talented members, hope you are enjoying the tunes there from one of our top quartets, 0 Hour, providing some music, so we appreciate that, guys. And so what we're going to do tonight is we're going to have a whole bunch of things to kind of give you a little bit of taste of what we could be enjoying if we could get together like we had planned this weekend in Asheville. Yes, this was going to be the weekend of our fall convention, and well, you know, while we're here. Hey, tell you what, to get us started, let's kick this off the way barbershoppers always do by singing the old songs.
The old songs, the old songs, the good old songs for me. I love to hear those minor chords and good close harmony.
All right, well, hopefully you were singing along there. That's one of the chances we get to do here tonight. Yeah, you know, maybe the wife and kids are looking at you funny, like, why is that guy singing along with the computer? But you know what? This is our only evening to celebrate what we get to do as barbershoppers. So let me give you a little bit of a recap of what's going to happen tonight. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Steve Carula, your Vice President of Communications for the Carolinas District, and apparently your live streaming guy. Who knew, right? We have a great evening for you tonight. As I said, we are here in place, virtually in place of a physical get-together that we were going to have in Asheville, North Carolina. And this was going to be an especially big year for the Carolinas District because this is our 10th year as a district. And so we have some great things lined up that we're going to highlight some of that tonight. But we're trying to make this be a little bit different in terms of an event. As you can see, you may not know it yet, but this is actually live. And so we are trying to give you some opportunities to be as, interactive here as possible. So in a couple ways, you're going to be able to participate tonight, and we think this is going to be a lot of fun. First off, in terms of the content tonight, we're going to be looking back at some of the highlights of our first 10 years and some of the special things that have come out of the Carolinas District. Now, what would a convention be without contests? So, of course, we've got to have some contests. We're going to have some quartets performing for us, as well as choruses. And that gets to one of the first interactive aspects of the evening tonight. And that is that you get to be the judge. So this is not going to be choruses and quartets competing for the traditional district championship, but we have the even more prestigious Carolinas Virtual Barbershop Championships to award tonight. Oh, and by the way, we actually have some cash prizes that are going to go to the winners. So even more exciting there. So we've got some barbershop groups, of course. We've got some non-barbershop groups because we want this to be a celebration of barbershop as opposed to just, BHS members themselves. In addition to the contest, we've got a couple online trivia games that we've got queued up for you to test your wits in terms of competing against all the other members out there who are joining on the live cast here. We do have some folks and some efforts that we want to recognize contributors to the district over the year or over the prior years. We have some special performances by some of our choruses we want to showcase. And we want to also showcase a special district-wide chorus virtual performance that was shepherded together by our own music and performance Vice President Bill Adams. So that all said, we got a lot of great stuff for you tonight. Let's go ahead, though, as we said, it's been 10 years since the Carolinas District became a thing. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it over here to Danny Evans and some other speakers and kind of give you some highlights of the various aspects of the Carolinas District over these first 10 years.
It kind of began, I was a member of the Dixie District Board. I was attending a meeting in Norcross, Georgia, and the board was lamenting the fact that fewer and fewer men were coming to the district conventions every year. And they wanted to know what they could do about it and why that was going on. And it was remarked that if only the presidents of the chapters could all be in the room right now, and I could ask them, said the president of the Dixie District, I'd like to hear their answer for why they're not coming. I volunteered to interview the presidents of all of the chapters to find out the answer to those kind of questions. I did so. There were 56 chapters. It took me nearly 3 months. And I interviewed every one of them. Some of the interviews lasted 45 minutes. So the long and the short of it is, what we found is that a lot of chapters felt disaffected. They just felt they were paying dues and getting a magazine. I shared the information with Bob Clark. Bob was a chapter support rep at the time, and he came to do an installation in New Bern. And Bob said, would you share that report with me? And I said, well, sure, I will. So I sent it to him, and he had it for a couple of days. He called me, and he said, geez, what you uncovered about what the chapters are looking for is terrific. He said, why don't you and I get together? And to shorten the story, we got together and we decided that maybe we ought to consider our own district. And so we began to strategize, and we worked on it for several months. And we chose what we thought were 10 people who were thought leaders. We said, let's bounce these ideas off of the thought leaders and see if they would agree that maybe we ought to form our own district. And as the saying goes, the rest is history. So there you go. We put our plan together and developed a packet that was to go to each chapter for them to give us a thumbs up or thumbs down. Is this something that you can support or not? And we gave them Q&As. We gave them rationale, the benefits of our own district, and possibly the shortcomings. What would the society think of this? What would the Dixie District think of this? So that we tried as best we could to give them both sides of the equation, and we got unanimous support from the chapters to take this plan forward. Our plan is to do no harm. We want to do no harm to the Dixie District, and we want to do no harm to the Barbershop Society that we love. So we took our plan to the Dixie District, and they were in shock. And the society, likewise, was I don't know the word shocked, but they were dismayed that we would come and ask for that, and they wanted to know why. And essentially, they gave us only 15 minutes to make what we had asked for, a 45-minute presentation, and they gave us 15 minutes, which is what we did, and we were successful. We called ourselves the Carolina District Task Force. If you could build a district for yourself from the ground up, how would you build it and what would be important to you? We want the chapters to be important in the district. We want the chapters to be consulted. We believe that the district leadership serves the chapters, because if you don't have strong chapters, you don't have a district. We need to be a chapter-driven organization. And that became basically the pillar of what we did and why we did it. You know, one thing in here, and you'll never hear this from Bob Clark, but the one statement that really needs to get made here is that creating a new district is really hard. It's really hard to do. And it takes a lot of persistence, and it takes a lot of vision. And more than any single person, Bob Clark needs to be credited with the executive leadership for what happened. When we had our first convention in Myrtle Beach, we had over 900 people at that convention. The audience size was doubled. The number of quartets was doubled. The number of choruses was doubled for the two districts versus the one in the first year. And ever since then, if you added the numbers up, the numbers for two was greater than the numbers for one. Now, so, hello, it proved itself. When we started this thing, this was all done by men who wanted to give back to the hobby, by men who had been blessed by their years in barbershopping and had gotten so much from the hobby and wanted to give something back. I know that was true of Bob, and that was true of me. I drove about 6,500 miles a year in the Carolinas for about 3 or 4 years. And I would do it again because I was trying to do something that I believed I owed the hobby that gave me so much. And I know Bob Clark felt the same way. I know the other guys who worked on it all felt the same way. We were giving to the hobby, and we tried to establish a culture that said the district job is to nurture it and give back to the members, and it's to be done by servant leaders, because that's how the hobby started, and that's what made it thrive.
So I was at International in 2013. I sang with a chorus called THX out of the Sunshine District, and it was my first international experience at all, being on stage, and it was such a blast. I thought we could do something like this in the Carolinas District. After that contest, I called my good friend Matt Gorman, and we talked about the concept of starting a new inter-chapter chorus within the Carolinas District.
When Ben and I first pitched the idea for CVE, we got a lot of pushback. One of the most prominent things that we heard was super choruses are evil.
Never competed for district, never had the desire to win the district title. That was always something we wanted a local weekly chapter to win. Proudest moment for me for CVE was taking the 95-man CVE chorus to Pittsburgh in 2015 and going on stage. One of the tiniest districts in the society, we had one of the largest choruses at that contest.
Still here in my office, I have a signed picture by every member from that first time that we hit the stage in the Carolinas district, and we won that bid to go to international. And it's one of my proudest positions that I have here in my office. Customers ask me about it all the time, and I let them know what we do for fun, our little society that we have here on the side, and how great it is, and what singing is done for me and been for me, especially during the pandemic right now. Singing is something that I miss more than anything, and I hope that we can all get together somehow, some way, very soon, and long live the CVE experience that we had.
Hello, NSC! This is Katie Mack from GQ and the Barbershop Harmony Society, and I wanted to send you guys a quick video to say how much I adore your district. For one, in March of 2019, GQ did the Barbershop Revival, and it was just life-changing and wonderful. So thank you guys for having us there. And Durham, North Carolina is where we record all of our albums at Liquid Fifth Studios. So the Carolinas district is so dear to me, and I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a great anniversary shindig, and y'all are amazing. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.
I was just so encouraged and moved, again, by the bravery of these young people to just throw themselves into a style and into vocal musical relationship with strangers in an unfamiliar, perhaps, genre, just without fear.
And wait, and then we're gonna go up, down, and smile. Up, down, pretty hand, smile.
We have to be listening to the lead voices and trying to find our way into their voices to make sure we're matching.
I honestly didn't have any expectations. I tried not to. This is an art form that I'm not used to at all, so like I didn't want to come in there expecting anything. So I was completely blown away by what I saw and witnessed and what I was able to be a part of. I'm hearing things that like I only really imagine when I'm listening to music, you know, and it's cool.
I just really expected a lot of wood shedding just for us to learn the music. I did not expect to learn so much. I learned a lot of information, a lot of history. My ears a little bit better after this weekend. I learned a lot.
It all started when we attended a lecture by David White in Pittsburgh at International, and he played a video of a teacher using videos of gold medal quartets and choruses to help them see how to present yourself on stage.
And one of the scholars says, "Mr. Carnes, I have a question." And I said, "Yes." And she says, "Why are there no black people?" And I didn't really have an answer.
And in that instant, I knew this is something I can do something about.
Both Andy and I have been struck with the terrible need for inclusion, and this has been an opportunity to do our small part.
Hey, hey, what do you say? Meet me in the kitchen today, hey, hey, good looking, tell me what you got cooking.
My journey with NSC started back way in the Dixie District before NSC was around, but I was very fortunate to be part of the brigade movement during that time, and boy, what an experience that was. I was unfortunately had to move away from the area for quite some time, almost 16 years, but in that window I had the wonderful opportunity of staying connected with the North Carolina Harmony Brigade and with NSC as they developed, and I tell you, it was such a draw. I would drive 10 plus hours once a year and recruit all of my friends that I had made up north to bring the Barbershop Harmony Society family together and welcome them into the folds of North Carolina Harmony Brigade. It wasn't just because I had an obligation to. It was a fire in my belly that I just couldn't feed, and I was so excited to keep doing it, and I did it year after year. And then I came back home.
Smells real sweet now, time for a treat now. How's about cooking something up? Come on, let's mess the kitchen up. How's about cooking something up? With me, can't you see? You're my desire, what I require. You set my ever-loving soul, my soul on fire, on fire, on fire. Good, good looking, look my way, good looking. Hey, 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 hey.
I work 60, 70-hour weeks, and even if I have to be up for a 6 a.m. call on Friday, I'm still at the afterglow till 1 a.m. hanging out with my friends and just singing.
My name is Fran Kucheravi. I sing lead and baritone depending on what's needed at that particular time in the song. We incorporated women in September of 2017.
It started, I actually blame the Germans for this. It started after International in Nashville in '16. I heard heavy metal and came home and went right to the board and said, I want one. I want that, I want to do this. We started a year-long process of thinking about what is this going to be, how are we going to do this, how do we make this work, and literally making sure that every single guy in the chapter was on board with it.
The reason we didn't do it right away was we didn't know how to do it, right? And we've sort of kind of had to invent that model for ourselves.
There was concern about how the women would be treated and also how the women would be able to get incorporated into the style that we had. Looking back now, most of them were unfounded. The women have been a great asset.
Before the Mix project came around, I'd seen their videos, I'd spoken to the membership, and I think I can say very genuinely that the Mixed project has done more for the sound of this chorus than just about anything else.
When the ladies came in, it took everything to a new level.
We were put to shame by how well prepared they were every time they came to rehearsal, and the guys really had to step it up.
When we started doing the mixed repertoire, it got a lot more interesting because I had the option of singing Barry or lead. When I started singing Barry, it allowed me to grow musically.
I could easily see it not working. The fact that all of our guys were in agreement to try this from the beginning made a big difference. And soon, as we get to a few more women in the chapter, we're going to have a women's ensemble as well.
The guys have been so welcoming. Bill will have me step out and listen and do a little coaching. And it's important for him, from what he's told me, to have a female voice that's part of his directing staff.
With 25 amateur singers up there, I'm not going to get to do a whole lot of 6, 7, 8-part music. But as soon as I bring 15 more women in, and I have the wider range and this spectrum that I have, now we're able to program all sorts of other music.
I stepped away from singing for a few years, and I could feel that void in my soul. And I went out looking for groups, and I found 2 groups, and I joined both of them at the same time, which was way too much. But I stuck with this one because I just loved the charisma of it all.
I want us to be reaching out and engaging the schools around here. A lot of schools just don't want to play ball if you're only going to come in and talk to half of their population, or so often in schools, a third of their population.
I'm responsible for planning and executing the annual show. And so it's called the Slam, the Bull City Acapella Slam, and it's really our primary fundraising activity for the year, and it's also our primary youth outreach event for the year. And so by partnering with Northern High School, we're able to not only donate learning materials like music and learning tracks, we're also able to give them a portion of our proceeds from the show.
They came in and worked with us this year and last year and 4 years before that. That gift has been a really powerful thing. There's so many things going on all the time in all these kids' lives, and sometimes it's hard to get into something new unless that is provided, just like handed to you.
And the world will live as one.
All right. Thank you very much, Nick DiLorenzo, for compiling that walkthrough of some of the highlights of the Carolinas District. The gentleman at the end there, Gary Smith, a dear friend of ours, chapter historian for all of our first 10 years, passed away very recently. We'll miss him a lot, but he was also very instrumental in putting all that together. That walkthrough, which included things like insight into the origins of the district by Denny Evans, one of our first presidents, and a key driver, a walkthrough of the genesis of the Carolina Vocal Express with its original founder and director, Ben Mills. We talked a little bit about the Barbershop Revival. Kevin Jones was talking about the North Carolina Harmony Brigade. The Harmony Brigade movement has become a global thing at this point, but the North Carolina Harmony Brigade remains the granddaddy and the original of them all. And then we saw a snapshot or a quick view of our Hall of Fame quartet and our first quartet champions, Let's Sing. And then we also got some inside scoop on the Heart of Carolina a cappella, which was the first chapter in our district to admit women. So a lot of great stuff in there. Thanks, Gary, and thanks, Nick, for putting that together. All right. So now we talked about how we're going to make this interactive. So this is your first chance. We're going to go ahead and have a quiz to see how much you learned about the Carolinas District. So you may notice that right here on the right, I've got a couple things. If you type into your browser on your favorite internet connected device, type in crowd.live, and when you do that, you'll get a screen that looks kind of like this, and then enter the code Carolinas, and we've got a quick little quiz. When you enter that code, if you haven't played CrowdPer before, or a CrowdPer based quiz, you'll have a chance to go ahead and create your ID. Use your name or use someone else's, but use someone else's, they're going to get credit for all your right answers. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a little quiz that's going to go through some of the questions that we just had from that last video. So again, type in crowd.live into your browser, and the code is Carolinas. And I've gone ahead and started the countdown. Got about 35 seconds to get in. Again, crowd.live in your browser, type in Carolinas as the code. And what will happen is we'll get a series of questions that will come up. You pick the right answer, or whatever you think is the answer. We'll show you all the answers and who voted, and then we'll show you the right answer. And again, speed matters. So it's not just get the right answer, it's get the right answer quick. The quicker you get it, the more points you're going to get. And at the end, we've got a fantastic prize for the winner of this contest. So here we go. All right. Well, we're back, and our congratulations to the Gorman with an impressive 7 out of 10 correct answers. Way to go, man. You were there at the beginning at 3 of those at least. That's kind of embarrassing. All right. So enough of the frivolity here. We came here for some singing. So let's go ahead, and we're going to, wait, before I do that, I do have to give Matt his trophy for this virtual contest. So Matt, here is your virtual trophy. Go ahead, take a screenshot of that, and you can put it on your virtual trophy shelf, and you can brag to all of your friends about how you beat everybody else to win the virtual barbershop trivia contest here in the Carolinas district. So way to go, Matt. All right, we're going to now go into our quartet contest. So virtual competitions performances have become kind of a thing, and we are thrilled to have several groups who submitted performances tonight. So again, I'm going to turn it over for this part of the program to our MC extraordinaire, Nicholas DiLorenzo. Take it away, Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Carolinas Barbershop Festival. Here for the quartet contest, we are ready for our first competitor, Seventh Dimension.
Stand there just a moment, darling. Let me catch my breath. I've never seen a picture quite so lovely. How did you ever learn to look so lovely? Moonlight becomes you. It goes with your hair. You certainly know the right things to wear. I swear that moonlight becomes you. I'm thrilled at the sight, and I could get so romantic tonight. This wonderful night. You're all dressed up to go dreaming. Now don't tell me I'm wrong. And what a night to go dreaming. Do you mind if I tag along? If I say I love you, I want you to know it's not just because there's moonlight. Although moonlight becomes you, stand there just a moment. Moonlight becomes you. So
Welcome back. I have 2 lights for our next competitor, Hardly Boy.
Last night out of the blue, drifting off to the evening news. Said, honey, what would you do if you'd have never met me? I just laughed, said, I don't know, but I could take a couple guesses though, and then try to dig real deep. Said, darling, honestly, I do a lot more offshore fishing. I'll eat more drive-through chicken and take a few strokes off my golf game. If I'd never known your name, I'd be driving that old green Rolla. I probably never would have heard of yoga. I'd be a better football fan. But if I was a single man, alone and out there on the loose, well, I'd be looking for a woman like you, a woman like you. Well, I could tell that got her attention, so I said, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I wouldn't trade a single day for 100 years the other way. She just smiled and rolled her eyes, and she's heard all of my lines. I said, come on, girl, seriously. If I hadn't been so lucky, I'd be shooting pool in my bachelor pad, playing bass in my cover band, be stocking up cold Bud Light for poker every Tuesday night. I'd have a dirt bike in the shed, not one throw pillow on my bed. Passing the coffee can. But if I was a single man, alone and out there on the loose, well, I'd be looking for a woman like you, for a woman like you. You know that she knows what a mess I'd be if I didn't have her here. So to be sure, I whispered in her ear, I get sick deep sea fishing, and you make the best fried chicken. I got a hopeless golf game. I love the sound of your name. I miss that old green Rolla, but I love watching you do yoga. I take an old man on my hand, over being a single man. And honestly, I don't know what I'd do if I never met a woman like you, a woman like you. There's no other woman like you,
And we are ready for our next competitor of the evening. Everybody find a seat. Please welcome Title 4.
If you're fond of sand dunes and salty air with Wayne. find you, then you're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod, old Cape Cod. Winding roads that seem to beckon you with miles of green beneath the skies of blue. Church bells chime on a Sunday morn, remind you of the town where you were born. If you spend an evening, you'll want to stay, watching the moonlight on Cape Cod Bay. You're sure to fall in love with old Cape Cod, old Cape Cod, old Cape Cod, old Cape Cod.
All right, let's keep it moving. We are ready for our next quartet of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shaboom!
Dum 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 biddy dum 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 biddy dum 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 biddy dum. Whoa 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 dum 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 biddy dum 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 biddy dum 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 biddy dum. Whoa whoa whoa. Well, love, love me, darling, come and go with me. Don't send me way beyond the sea. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Yeah, yeah. Come to my heart. Tell me, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. Please say you never leave me. Well, say you never, say you really never. Never give me a chance. Oh, chance. Come into my heart. Tell me, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come go with me. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yes, I need you. Yes, I really need you. Please say you never leave me. Well, say you never, say you really never. You never give me a chance. Whoa, no chance. Come into my heart. Tell me, darling, we will never part. I need you, darling, so come and go with me. So come go with me. So come go with me. Gotta come and go with me. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
All right. Can I have the lights down and the doors closed? Our next competitor of the evening, Just Me.
When the sun beats down and burns the tar up on the roof, temperatures get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk. Now in the park you hear the happy sound of the carousel. You can almost taste the hot dogs and French fries they serve. Under the boardwalk, down by the sea, yeah. On a blanket with my baby is where I'll be. Under the boardwalk, out of the sun. Under the boardwalk, we'll be having some fun. Under the boardwalk, people walking above. Under the boardwalk, we'll be falling in love. Under the boardwalk, boardwalk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have two more for you. Our next competitor, please welcome back Seventh Dimension.
Between you and the birds and the bees and Cupid, you made me change my ways. Oh, I'm not the same as I used to be. I'm walking around in a daze. I get up with a smile on my face in the morning, whistling a love refrain. Between you and the birds and the bees and Cupid, my life just ain't the same. Well, now the folks just smile and shake their heads. Mine seems funny and mine. Really, nothing ever seems to go wrong. Everything turns out just right. There's just one good explanation beneath the doggone moon above. Between you and the birds and the bees and Cupid, you made me fall in love. You made me change my ways. You made me change my ways. I'm walking, I'm walking, I'm walking around in a daze. I get up and smile now every morning, singing a love refrain. Now between you and the birds and the bees and Cupid, my life just ain't the same. You'll smile and shake your head, while mine seems funny and light so light. Nothing is going wrong, baby, everything seems so right. Now everything seems so right. There's just one explanation beneath the doggone moon above. You and the birds and the bees and Cupid made me fall in love. You and the birds and the bees and Cupid sent from up above. You made me fall in love. You made me fall in love. You made me fall in love.
All right, everybody, we are ready for our final competitor of the evening. Please welcome back Just Me.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world, wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world, wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you. I'm not sure what I just saw there, but they certainly looked a lot alike. I definitely have to say that. Okay, so thank you to all of our competitors and all of our quartets. Now is the time, as we said, where you get to be the decider. You get to practice your voting skills. I know you're all warmed up. And you get to vote for your favorite quartet performance. Now, there are in two categories. There's a barbershop category and a non-barbershop category, because we allowed for groups that were not necessarily under the official barbershop fold. You see here on the right, I've got a QR code. If you hold your phone up, you can probably scan that and get directly into the survey. Otherwise, I have posted it in the comments section. We'll leave the votes open for a while, and go ahead and start making your selection. We will make the announcement at the end of the show. So again, go ahead, vote for your favorite quartet. Meantime, enjoy some sounds from Oak City Sound.
So inspired by you, that hasn't happened.
you, Oak City Sound. Great job there, guys. Hey, so we've had you get a chance to test your trivia skills. We've given you a chance to vote. How about we give you a chance to sing? Let's do an old polecat. What do you say?
Down our way, both night and day, you know everybody and they all know you. And even policemen say, how do you do? Pals by the score and gals galore, and that old gang of mine, they sang Sweet Adeline down our way, down
Good. Hope you get a little taste there of singing. No, it's not the real thing, but it's the best we can do here. All right, so we had some highlights from our first 10 years earlier tonight. I'd like to introduce now our district president, Paul Martin, to give us a view of some things that may be to come.
This is the part of the program where we look ahead. What do we look like 10 years from now? This is an opportunity to rife with danger, like the futuristic predictions of flying cars that never came to be. What will we be? What should we be? Our founding fathers handed down a vision where governance and success was measured from the ground up. The chapters, rather than the district, would drive what is important and what we do. This has served us well. If I could highlight the difference between our past and our future, I would say we're moving from chapter-driven to community-driven. This acknowledges that a chapter is not the only structure in which we can enjoy and participate in Barbershop. There can be clubs and virtual meetup groups, for example. It shifts the focus from us to others, from inward-looking predominance on rehearsals to outward-reaching performing and connecting. Our vision is to be an innovative, inclusive, and ever-growing community of barbershop harmony enthusiasts. Most of us will be in up to our necks, active in chapters, choruses, and quartets. A new group of us will meet and sing more occasionally, particularly for their own enjoyment. Some will be on the sidelines, enjoying shows and virtual performances. Our mission? To proactively serve and support our communities, chapters, and members in ways that enhance their enjoyment of singing, helping them to become better singers and performers, and introducing the joy of barbershop harmony to more people and more communities throughout the Carolinas and beyond. The health and well-being of every chapter and its members is our highest priority. The Carolinas District serves its total membership faithfully, providing a structure that offers a healthy barbershopping experience for everyone. The district reaches out to every chapter with opportunities to participate in district activities and events, programs, remaining at all times consistent with the goals and objectives of the Barbershop Harmony Society. The Carolinas District serves all barbershoppers in North and South Carolina by creating and supporting activities, events, and programs that help chapters and individual members to continuously improve their singing and performing skills, to become better chapter leaders, and to have more fun singing together. We impact and support our communities by sharing the joy of barbershop harmony within the larger community of choral groups, music education, and new audiences. A key objective is to expand the craft of barbershopping throughout the Carolinas. The district supports the growth and development of existing chapters and actively seeks opportunities to start new chapters and affiliates and introduce more people to the craft. The district encourages existing chapters to help sponsor, support, and assist in the creation and development of new chapters, clubs, and affiliates whenever possible. The district supports vocal music education and encourages the forming of strong partnerships with local school systems, community college and university choral groups, and music educators. We understand the importance of perception, and in all things strive to be approachable, ethical, and inclusive, adapting to new technologies and approaches while maintaining our core principles and values. The Carolinas District conducts all of its business with financial discipline and remains transparent, accountable, and fair to all of its members. Its governing structure is representative, and processes encourage all those who are qualified to serve. So here's our vision for the next 10 years, to be an innovative, inclusive, and ever-growing community of barbershop harmony enthusiasts. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Paul. Great stuff to look forward to. Okay, now we are to the other part of our program where we showcase our ensemble's talents. So I'm going to turn it back over to our MC, Nick DiLorenzo, for our chorus contest.
Kick things off with our first competitor of the evening, the Land of the Sky Chorus.
I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java Jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, a cup, boy. I love Java, sweet and hot. Oops, Mrs. Olson, I'm a coffee pot. Shoot me the pot and I'll pour me a shot. A cup, a cup, a cup, a cup of doo. Slip me a slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll cut a rug till I'm snug in a jug. A slice of onion and a raw one. Draw one. Waiter, waiter, percolator. I love coffee, I love tea, I love the Java Jive and it loves me. cup of Boston beans, soybeans, I said a little bit green bean, cabbage and green. You know that I'm not keen about a sugar. Unless it is a coffee bean.
Oh, I love a Java, sweet and hot.
He likes it hot. Mrs. Olsen, I'm a coffee pot.
Shoot me the pot and
I'll pour me a shot. A cup of Java. Slip me a slug from that wonderful mug, and I'll go till I'm snug in a jug. Drop your nickel in the pot, Joe. Taking it slow, waiter, waiter, percolator. I love tea. I love the Java jive and it loves me. Coffee and tea and the Java and me. A cup, boy.
Could I have the doors closed? Thank you. Our second competitor of the evening, the Palmetto Statesman featuring Wade Hampton Singers.
So here is my love song, not fancy or fine, like a rose, oh, won't you be mine, Like a rose, I'm home again, rose, to get the sun back in the sky. Like a rose, I'm home again, rose, about 1,000 kisses shy. Ding dong ding, I can hear the chapel bell chime. Ding dong ding, at the least suggestion, I'll pop the question. Like a rose, I'm home again, rose, without a sweetheart to my name. Like a rose, now everyone knows that I am hoping you're the same. So here is my love song, not fancy or fine. Like a rose, oh, won't you be mine? Like a rose, oh, like a rose, oh, like a rose.
Dream of now, dream of then, dream of a love song that might have been.
Ladies and gentlemen, our third competitor of the evening, 13th Colony Sound.
The same old pounding in my heart whenever I think of you. And darling, I think of you. Day in and day out, day in, day out. Day out, day out. Day in, day in. I need not tell you how my days begin. My days begin when I awaken with a tingle. One possibility in view. That possibility of maybe seeing you. I'll be seeing you. Come rain or shine. Come rain or shine. I need you, and to me the day is fine, so fine. Then I kiss your lips, and the pounding becomes the oceans roar a thousand drums. Can't you see? Oh, it's love. Can there be any doubt? No doubt. When there it is, day in, day out, day in, day out. Come rain, gonna rain or shine. Come rain, gonna rain or shine. I need you, and to me this day is fine. Then I kiss your lips, and the pounding becomes the oceans roar a thousand drums. Can't you see? Oh, it's love. Can there be any doubt? No, not a doubt. When there it is, day in, day out, ain't no doubt. There it is, day in, day out, day in, day out.
All right, let's keep it moving. Can I have the lights down and the doors closed? Please find a seat. Our fourth competitor of the evening, the Wade Hampton Singers.
If you ever find yourself stuck in the middle of the sea, I'll sail the world to find you. If you ever find yourself lost in the dark and you can't see, I'll be the light to guide you. This is how we're going to find out what we're made of. Where we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3. I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2. And you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do. Oh yeah. Ding, 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 ding.
Every day I will remind you, oh, this is how to find out what we're made of, where we are called to help our friends in need. You can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh yeah. Ding, 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 yeah, yeah. You'll always have my shoulder when you cry. No, I'll never let go, never say goodbye. You know you can count on me like 1, 2, 3, I'll be there. And I know when I need it, I can count on you like 4, 3, 2, you'll be there. 'Cause that's what friends are supposed to do, oh, count on me like 1, 2, 3, and I'll be there. You can count on me 'cause I can count on you. I'm with you till the end, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for our 5th competitor of the evening. And we have 2 lights. Everybody find a seat, please. The Cross Creek Chordsmen.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. In the jungle, the quiet jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Near the village, what sound does this make? What inclusion would this Near the village, a quiet village, a lion sleeps tonight. Hush, my darling, don't fear, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Hush, my darling, don't cry, my darling, the lion sleeps tonight. Weem away, a 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 weem away, weem away, a 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 weem away. Wabba-doo-wop, doo-wabba-doo-wop, doo-wah-wah, the lion sleeps tonight.
All right. Well, some great performances there, and now it's back to your turn. So same thing, just like the quartets, you have a chance by either scanning the QR code right here, or I have gone ahead and put the link to the votes for the chorus contest in the YouTube comments. So go ahead and hit up either one of those there, and let's go ahead and get those guys all our love that they deserve. Just a lot of creativity, a lot of effort that went into that. So thank you guys. Thank you for everyone who participated. And if you missed the voting on the quartets, we've got almost 200 people online here, but only 70 or 80 voted. So we still have lots of people who still need to vote for the quartet contest. That link is in the comments as well. So don't let them miss out on showing them your love. Okay, so for now, I'm going to put together for the next few segments, going to put together a couple things and not necessarily come back in between. So we've got another great performance by Oak City Sound up first. Then I'm going to turn it over to Paul Martin, our president, to go through some awards, some of the typical things that we get to do at our conventions, and we're not going to skip doing that just because we're doing it virtually here. And then we also have a feature performance by Heart of Carolina a cappella. So we will catch you on the other side. Take it away, Oak City.
Yesterday, all my troubles seem so far away. Now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
an easy game to play. Now I need a place to hide away. Oh, I believe in yesterday.
While we love our star performers front and center on stage, there's a huge cadre of people behind the scenes that make these events and this hobby happen. Hats off to the Barbershop Harmony Society for acknowledging these contributors for the first time in their inaugural Barbershop Harmony Awards. I'm sure your heart swelled with pride as our own Carolinas district took home the Innovator of the Year award. How appropriate for us as we identify innovation as one of our core values. Congratulations, Warren and Andy Fuson, for Barbershop Revival. We have, since our inception, recognized those behind the scenes in our non-singing awards, usually presented at the spring convention. Unfortunately, the 2019 award presentations were sidetracked by COVID-19. We are correcting that and presenting them to you now. The awards are Chapter of Note, Unsung Hero, Barbershopper of the Year, and Inductee into the Carolinas District Hall of Fame. The Chapter of Note award goes to the chapter that had the largest increase in new members in the calendar year. Our winner this year had an unprecedented increase of 21 new members joining their ranks. Thanks to chapters like this one and our district-wide chorus participants, the Carolinas District stood alone in the society by experiencing zero decline in membership when adding up the members of every chapter. It is with great pride that we recognize the 2019 Chapter of Note. The envelope, please. And our winner is Beaufort, South Carolina.
Hi, I'm Eric Lindstrom, president of the Beaufort chapter. It is my great pleasure to receive the Chapter of Note Award on behalf of all of the members in our chapter. We're so excited not just to receive this award, but that we were able to share the joy of barbershop singing with so many new people this year. Our success is due in great part to the Barbershop Harmony Society's extraordinary vision of everyone in harmony. After singing alongside of our sister chorus for more than 25 years, we were able to have these wonderful women join us under our chapter umbrella, and they kind of set to work immediately. Alongside of our guys, they began to plan a very concerted membership drive effort that culminated in a Visitor's Day. For those who attended that, our new director, Nick DiLorenzo's infectious love for barbershop singing and this joy that he really brings into our rehearsals made it so easy for people who came to say, yeah, I want to join you guys every week, and ultimately to join the Barbershop Harmony Society. So I want to say thank you to the district for the recognition that we were able to bring so many people into a craft that we love. But more than that, I want to say thank you to the members of our chapter, those who worked so hard on bringing new members in. So Thank you very much.
Our next award is the Unsung Hero. This is the individual that works tirelessly behind the scenes to make our barbershop harmony experience pleasurable and meaningful. Our winner here has represented us in the contest and judging and coaching communities, guiding an array of quartets and courses to become better performers. He has been an organizer, administrator in CVE and in his home Gold Standard Chorus. He's been the district's go-to man when it comes to organizing and putting on district conventions. In fact, he is the point man for the upcoming 2022 International Convention to be held in Charlotte, North Carolina. He has provided counsel as a district board member for the past 7 years. The envelope, please. And our unsung hero is Steve Carula.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate the recognition. It's always nice when your work efforts are recognized. I've got to keep it brief, so thank you very much. Now I've got to get back to streaming this festival here.
Bodie. Some say bow tie, but Barbershopper of the Year recognizes individuals whose contributions have exceeded expectation, gone beyond their regular responsibilities, and reflected positively on the district in the eyes of the broader barbershop community. Our recipient for the 2019 Bodie does just that. The groundbreaking innovation of Barbershop Revival is a template for inclusion that received recognition and support not only from the district, but from Harmony Foundation and the Barbershop Harmony Society. In fact, they were recognized as Innovators of the Year and are our 2019 Barbershoppers of the Year. I give you Andy and Warren Fuson.
Good evening. Andy and I are truly honored to receive the Barbershopper of the Year Award for 2019 for our work with Barbershop Revival. The time for Barbershop Revival seemed right when we started in 2016 because of the recent recognition of the African American roots of barbershop and because of the Society's adoption of Everyone in Harmony. Today, Revival takes on additional significance with the heightened awareness of the need for its tenet of radical inclusion.
We created Barbershop Revival to reach out to students at HBCUs, most of whom are unaware that barbershop harmony is part of their cultural heritage. Our goal was to teach them about barbershop's cultural importance and to introduce them to the joy of singing close harmony.
But a good idea doesn't become real without a lot of good people doing hard work. So we have to thank Dr. Bill Adams, who ran the musical side of the program.
We have to thank all the volunteers who helped at various stages, both at the golf tournament and at the event itself. Linda Keys, Jim Merrill, Sarge Sweeney, Gary Thorne, Carol Stevenson, the Ringtones Quartet, people who contributed at our GoFundMe page and who bought raffle tickets, our corporate sponsors, and so many others.
Finally, we're grateful to the Carolinas District Board for their support. Thank you for this tremendous honor and for recognizing Barbershop Revival's importance. And to all of our friends who enjoy singing barbershop, we look forward to singing with you again. And we hope you'll come to the next Barbershop Revival, whenever that happens to be. Thank you.
Finally, we turn now to our most prestigious award. This is to the individual or group whose contributions have endured the test of time. Their impact has been far-reaching and enduring. They have touched the lives of barbershoppers throughout the district and beyond. Our inductee for 2019 into the Carolinas District Hall of Fame is the man who built the music and performance program. He assembled a cadre of talented coaches willing to go virtually anywhere to help quartets and choruses sing better. He was a key player in establishing the coaching classes and musical component of every fall festival from 2016 to 2018. He was the key man in establishing the ground rules for the seniors chorus competitions at the Society Midwinter Convention and led our very own entry, the Carolina Statesman, to a memorable civil level performance on the Grand Ole Opry stage. That same year, he coached our seniors quartet entry, Let's Sing, to receive their silver medal. Our 2019 inductee into the Carolinas District Hall of Fame is Mark Stock.
Thank you, Paul. Please know that I am humbled and deeply honored by this induction into the Carolinas District Hall of Fame. Since I got your call, I've sat and reminisced about my time in North Carolina and the things and events that made it special to me. My first thoughts were about the Pinehurst Golf Capital Chorus, a group of men who enjoyed singing immensely. You know them, Squeak Tilton, Jerry Ritter, Larry Harder, Ron Sickenberger, and maybe they even enjoy more their commitment to donating to local charities. That small chorus contributed somewhere between $25,000 and $30,000 yearly to Pinehurst and Southern Pines local charities. When I left Pinehurst to return to Ohio, the chapter was approaching $500,000 in total donations in the community over their history. I still find that awesome and amazing and was glad to share music with those men. My memories then turned to involvement with the district board as VP of Music, and I was enamored by their commitment to make sure that the Carolinas District was chapter driven. That manifested itself to me in their directive that they wanted me to make sure that the Fall Festival musical activities were devoted to the chapter choruses and quartets. This was a new approach for an old fart from Johnny Appleseed District. Conventions were about competitions for quartets, competitions for choruses, not education. So I went to work and developed an all-day coaching clinic for choruses and quartets that grew and blossomed over several years into a major festival event. It was so rewarding to see, watch, and hear 6 or 7 of the choruses and 10 or 12 quartets during their coaching sessions with the visiting and district certified judges. As I traveled to other districts as a judge, the Carolinas Fall Festival was always a topic of conversation and envy. And as a matter of fact, judges were requesting to be assigned to the Carolinas Fall Festival. But perhaps the most vivid memory was the breakfast meeting I had with Rex Partlow, Glenn Ogden, Jim King, and Larry Triplett in Las Vegas, Nevada. All of us were at the International Convention there to sing with CVE in the chorus competition. That breakfast gave birth to the Carolinas District Senior Chorus, the Carolina Statesman. The journey started there and continued as we traveled and sang at the San Antonio Midwinter Convention for our first public performance, and it continued and grew with more energy as we prepared for the Midwinter Convention in Nashville, Tennessee in January of 2018. I still have a selfie that I took while entering the artist entrance as we prepared to sing on that wonderful stage. And how many people in this world do you think can say they sang on the Grand Ole Opry stage? But the Statesman journey didn't stop there. I was thrilled to sit in the audience at Jacksonville and watch the Statesman's performance as they brought the audience to their feet by ending their stage time with the proverbial cane drop to thunderous applause. And finally, these memories of North Carolina would not be complete if I did not mention 2 very special quartets that permitted me to share their journey on a regular basis. Working with Steve, Wally, Jim, and Ted, the Harmony Grits, and working with Steve, yeah, the same Steve Tremper, Mark, Joe, and Greg of Let's Sing was a very, very special part of my barbershop life in North Carolina. They were gracious enough to allow me to coach them inside that eternal bond that is a part of the quartet experience. I was honored that they permitted me to share in their music. They are great barbershop singers and represent your Carolinas district with distinction. I'm honored to call them my friends. So please, accept my humble thank you for this recognition, and even more for providing me all these memories. I was very honored to be a part of the Carolinas district and help the district grow and mature over its first 10 years. I am still and will continue to be a proud member of the Gulf Capital Chorus and the Carolinas district. God bless you all, and please be safe out there. We will live through this and once more enjoy this magnificent hobby. And remember that it's the music that brings us together.
Congratulations to all our award recipients. Your recognition is well earned, and you serve as a model to us all on how we each can impact the lives around us through barbershop. Stay tuned this spring 2021 when we present the Carolinas 2020 Awards. Thank you.
Ta 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 ta, from the halls of Montezuma to the shores of Tripoli, we will fight our country's battles in the air, on land or sea. First to fight for right and freedom, and to keep our honor clean. We are proud to claim the title of United States Marines. Anchors aweigh, my boys, anchors aweigh. Farewell to foreign shores, we sail at break of day. Through our last night on shore, drink to the foam until we meet once more. Here's wishing you a happy voyage home. Ta 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 ta. Ta 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 ta. We're always ready for the call, we place our trust in thee. Through surf and storm and howling gale, high shall our purpose be. Semper Paratus is our guide, our pledge, our motto too, so true. We're always ready to or die. I Coast Guard, we fight for you. First to fight for the right and to build the nation's might, and the army goes rolling along. Proud of all we have done, fighting till the battle's won, and the army goes rolling along. And it's high, high, hey, the army's on its way. Count off your cadence loud and strong, for where'er we go, you will always know that the army goes rolling along. Off we go into the wild blue yonder, climbing high into the sun. Here they come, zooming to meet our thunder, and boys, give her the gun, give her the gun. Down we dive, spouting a flame from under. Off for one hell of a roar, hell of a roar. We live in fame or go down in flame. Oh, nothing can stop the U.S. Air Force. On guard at every station, protectors of our nation, the great armed forces of America, America today, today. Hooray! Stop the U.S. Air Force. On guard at every station, protectors of our nation, the great armed forces of America, America today, today. Hooray!
All right. Thank you to our performers, Oak City Sound and Heart of Carolina. Excellent performances, guys. And congratulations to all of our district winners, especially Unsung Hero. That's always my favorite award. All right. So I know you're ready to get some contest results. Let me check with our judges. Are we ready? Need some more time. Okay, all right. Well, astute observers will see that we've got maybe a time for another quiz. So you guys did so well with the first one. Notice here again, we've got the URL to type into your browser. Again, maybe doing it on your phone might be a little bit better, but that's up to you. So type crowd.live into the browser. You'll get the website where you should still be able to use the same account you used the first time. And then this time the code is lyrics. So as you would guess, the game here is to complete the lyrics. So I'm going to give you the first part of a familiar lyric from a song, and I'm going to give you several options. You pick what comes next. Now, as you've seen from our performances, we have performers of all ages. We have an audience of all ages on the live stream tonight. So, to make this fair, we've got a very eclectic mix of lyrics for you here. This is not just barbershop songs. In fact, some of these songs, yeah, they're barbershop. Some of them are more pop. One of them's actually, a couple of them are actually so new you actually might have heard it on the radio this week. And I'm not talking by listening to your 70s or your 60s station. I'm talking about listening to like a Hot Hits 100 type song. So, again, type this finger here. Type crowd.live into your browser. Lyrics is the passcode. I'm going to go ahead, start the countdown here, and I'll meet you on the other side. Good luck. right. Congratulations to Cleeswin. 8 out of 10 correct. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. And hold on here. We got to give you some applause. Hold on. I got to get back to my applause meter. Here you go. And just barely edging out Soprano M. Very nice job, 6 out of 10. And pretty close overall, much closer. Actually, interesting, you guys did a lot better on song lyrics than you did on pulling out facts out of the district history video that you had just watched. I'm not sure what to make of that. All right, so we are ready with our contest results. And I'm just going to refresh my screen one more time, see if we have any late breaking changes. We do not. All right, so make sure I'm on my script here. Yes, here we are. Okay, so get that out of the way. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through the quartet winners first, and then we will go through the chorus winners. And for those of you who are not aware, we are, as we said, we are awarding cash prizes, $100 for third place, $200 for second place, and $300 for first place. And thanks to the Carolinas District for funding that for this event. We appreciate that. All right, are you ready for some announcements? In the non-barbershop quartet category, shaboom! All right, and in the barbershop quartet category, and I should clarify one rule, because we did have, as you saw, a couple of performers who had submitted more than one video. A performer was eligible for only one cash prize. So, with no more further ado, in third place in the barbershop quartet category, Just Me and Wonderful World. All right, in second place, Tidal Force. And our winner in the quartet category, on the barbershop quartet category, Seventh Dimension, You and Me and the Birds and the Bees and Cupid and all that other stuff. Congratulations to all of our winners. All right. And now, again, I want to make sure that I'm checking because we had a very tight race in the choruses when I last looked, and it doesn't look like things have changed, so we will go with these results at this point here. Okay, so first off, in the non-barbershop category, in second place, the collaboration of Wade Hampton Singers and Upstate South Carolina Harmonizers. And in first place in the non-barbershop chorus category, the Wade Hampton Singers, Count on Me. Well done, well done. All right. And in the barbershop chorus category, in third place, 13th Colony Sound. All right. And the reason I keep checking the scores is because in the barbershop category, we actually have a tie for first place between Land of the Sky Chorus and the Lion Sleeps Tonight by the Cross Creek Chordsmen. All right, congratulations all of you. Great job. Thank you so much for your efforts in putting together those videos. It was really, really fantastic. So again, so much great stuff to showcase here. I hope you guys have enjoyed the evening. One of the main pieces of work that has happened this year, because we could not get together, was to develop a district-wide virtual chorus performance. This was the brainchild of Bill Adams, and he pulled together a whole laundry list of our champion quartets from over the year, champion or near champion quartets over the years. And it was also open to various chorus singers. So we are thrilled to debut tonight the Carolinas district performance of When You Believe.
Many nights we prayed with no proof anyone could hear. In our hearts a hopeful song we barely understood.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you so much to all those performers, and thank you, Dr. Bill, for putting that together. Fantastic. I'm going to go a little bit off script here. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this show, but that was so awesome. I want to hear it again. So let me do some thank yous. We'll do Keep the Whole World Singing, and then we'll pretend that we're all heading off to the Afterglow, where the District Virtual Chorus is going to reprise that wonderful performance. So thank you all so much for joining us tonight. This has been a lot of fun putting this together. I have definitely some people to thank. First off, Nick DiLorenzo, amazing amount of work putting together a whole bunch of videos, not the least of which were the chorus and quartet videos. Great job on that, and also fantastic MC work, just fantastic. But also putting together the history video for the first 10 years of the chorus, ably assisted by our late friend Gary Smith. Warren Fuson, our contest administrator, helped out with getting the whole contest side organized. Eric Lindstrom, our marketing guy, helped out with the great logo that we've been using. I want to thank the Oak City Sound and the Heart of Carolina for their feature performances. And then again, Bill Adams for that great song, and all of you who participated in that. So with that, we're going to wrap this up here. Thank you all for joining. It's been a great time. I went through some of the names here. I didn't want to look at all of it, but we had people from all over the country. So fantastic. That is really great, and it just shows that there are so many of us out there that love Barbershop and can't wait to get back together. So until then, keep the whole world singing.
Keep the whole world singing all day long. Watch good will come a